Hey guys, Jason here. I'm up now up to day 21, so week 3 of my whole 30. Quick update on where I'm at. So really feeling good, but I think everyone already knows that. The point of this week's update is to talk a little bit about the challenges that I've faced this week, and that anyone that is doing a whole 30 will probably face when it comes to about that third week. Now, I'm lucky I did one last year, so I knew what I was in for, and I could hopefully avoid the pitfalls that I made last year at the same time, which amplified the how much I was struggling with my whole 30. So, what were the struggles? What were the challenges that you hit at about week 3? So, the first 2 weeks, I find that your body's not running on adrenaline, but you're absolutely pumped at what you're doing. You're loving the fact that you're eating this good, clean, healthy food. You feel amazing. Obviously, you go through that first week, which sucks, but you get through it, and then it's just this. It's like your body's awakening, and you feel, and it like shifts your mindset, and you feel really good and proud of yourself for not eating junk food and for eating so healthy and so good. But what I find is that what happened to me last year was that wears off. I suppose it's like anything, isn't it? Once you start something new, you're really, you can look past all the struggles because you're so excited about it. But once that initial excitement wears off and it just becomes a part of your daily life, all of a sudden that short-term focus and that short-term joy you get is kind of outweighed by the pleasure you want to derive from eating the junk food, and it becomes really hard. And I find in the first 2 weeks you're so focused on what you're doing and you're so happy and excited that you shut, you've got your blinkers on, you shut out all the other temptations around you. But by week 3, those blinkers, shall we say, are worn down, and all of a sudden, a lot of it as well is because your senses are so heightened. You start smelling food. You walk past a takeaway shop and you can smell it, and it's just like, it just smells amazing. And it happened to me on Monday or Tuesday when I was catching the train home. There's a lady opposite me having McDonald's, and she was having a cheeseburger, and it just smelt divine. And all of a sudden, I just got hit. There was like a pang in my stomach of wanting this cheeseburger so bad. I think if I'd been at a McDonald's, I really would have found it hard to not go in and buy one. And all of a sudden, I was like, okay, I've hit that point now. The initial adrenaline, I'm going to call it adrenaline, but the initial excitement has worn off, and now it's about the coping. So what am I going to do to cope with it? And I found then at work, it just felt like there was just every day someone was bringing in cake or takeaways, or they ordered pizza the other day at work, and I just all of a sudden just felt inundated with it. So what I did is I started feeling sorry for myself, and I'd sit there looking longingly at this food, and I kind of made a game for it, what I thought was a game of it, and I thought it was my coping mechanism, but it just made, what it was doing was it was putting those thoughts into my head, and at the time I didn't think that it was a big deal, but I'd notice 8 hours later or 2 days later, I'd start thinking about that food again, and it ended up nearly destroying me, and that was why I think I crashed so hard at the end, because I just became infatuated with this food. And so what I did this week is I needed to get myself out of the situation. So when all this stuff was coming in at work, for instance, I'd go up and actually went for a walk around the block and went and got some, went to a supermarket and bought some carrot sticks or something lame like that. But at least, I don't know if anyone here has ever gone through quitting smoking, but it was just like having something in my hand was what I needed to take my mind off it. And like on the train that time, I actually moved, because I just need to get myself out of there and then just try and reset my mind and reset my focus to being one of joy and one of being proud about not eating the food, and just continually reinforcing that feeling. So hopefully, my long-term goal is that when I do finish this and I come off these restrictions, that I'll continue to look at that food, and all of a sudden my mindset will be like one of joy and one of short-term pride that I'm going to get in not eating it. So I've still got a long way to go, but yeah, I knew this third week was going to happen. It was really hard, I'm not going to lie. Friday night, man, I just could have killed for a beer, but you just got to stay strong and find your way around it. Obviously, come home, have some sparkling water, add some lime and lemon or something to it, make it taste a bit nicer. So the week 3 is all about the coping mechanism. Week 1 is all about the initial excitement. Week 2 is the real downer, and then you come to the amazing high. Week 3 is about, okay, now you've hit that plateau, and it's about consistently trying to stick to it and finding those coping mechanisms. So my advice to anyone out there who is going to get that week 3 is find something to occupy your hands. If it's food or snacks, always have a ready supply of like cashew nuts or pecan or almonds around, or carrot sticks, celery sticks, something that if you do find yourself in that temptation, you can quickly reach to and just graze on. And that hopefully will take your mind off it, and then just try and get yourself out of the situation. Not really a long-term solution, but it's something that can help you get through that week. So that's me for now. I'll be checking back in at the end of week 4, which will be pretty much the end of my Whole30. And I'll talk a little bit about what I'm going to do coming off my Whole30 and how I'm going to try and cope with it. Until then, thanks. Bye.